Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of the SuperBlog Versus, which I'm calling for the purposes of this weekend, the doubleheader. And like I said in the description, it's what the blog has come to. This is the second iteration, so I figured it'd be a good idea to use WrestleMania to some tagline and augment it a little bit for my purposes. Just want to let you guys know that the chat box is open. I'll get to your questions if you have any questions at all. But I wanted to say I hope everyone had a great Fourth of July. I hope you had a great time and got a chance to relax, chill out, and celebrate what and I wanted to say to all my Canadian listeners out there, readers and viewers, I just want to say you guys had a great Canada Day as well. So I just wanted to bring that out there, just so everyone's on the subject. Since we're talking about Canada, why don't we talk about what's going on this weekend? This is the reason why it's called the doubleheader, because it is now Money in the Bank and NXT HeatWave. So I decided to combine them into one video instead of doing two different times of the day. So I miss out on certain things. So I'm gonna go with the one that goes earliest, and that's the one with Money in the Bank. And I have to say, this is pretty much the great. It's pretty much a great thing when it comes to wrestling. And one thing I want to just talk about when it comes to wrestling in general, I think the reason why I'm a wrestling fan so much is because I can feel vicariously, and I'm sure I'm not alone in this, by feeling vicariously through other individuals doing what I would like to do if I had the opportunity or the ability to do so. So I'm just saying like that. I feel like moments like this, and it's times like this, especially in the Triple H era, where it's really gotten a lot better when it comes to creativity, especially when Kevin Dunn left. Thank God. Um, it really kind of showcases how important it is to have a great creative vision. I think it's in the reason for the first match we're going to be getting into. It's going to be Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, L.A. Knight, and Drew McIntyre for the Money in the Bank briefcase for a men's championship contract. This one has so many different working parts to this. I really do. I mean, I'm with the consensus to say that Drew McIntyre would win, but I want to just say something on that point. All these people have a great chance to win, but let's game this out and say that Chad Gable, for example, wins. Effectively, he could go after the Intercontinental title and take on the winner of Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, and I'll get to that in a minute, and finally become the Intercontinental Champion. I feel like that's a way to kind of get it in there, and there is a precedent for it because of Austin Theory doing so several years ago. But I'm also with the consensus that Drew McIntyre is going to win this one. And depending on what happens in the next couple matches, there might be a way to kind of insert him in where you get almost, if you want to look at it like this, you can get Gunther, Drew McIntyre, and Damian Priest in the same match, assuming he gets there. Um, so I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre, but I would not be surprised if Chad Gable won this thing too. Um, and now we have the next match. Io Sky versus Chelsea Green, Lara Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I feel like Chelsea Green's going to be the fan favorite here because it's in Canada. She's from Canada, so it definitely makes sense. I would not be so surprised to see Zoe Stark win this one, and I wouldn't be so surprised to see Lara Valkyrie win this one too. Um, I mean, there are other ways to get around it. I feel I wouldn't mind seeing Zoe Stark win, but I'm gonna go with the fan favorite and go with Tiffany Stratton on this one. I feel like I feel like she's improved a lot over the past, and I feel like it's her time. Um, And then we get to Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins, or Seth freaking Rollins, in a last chance match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, let me explain the stipulations. If Priest wins, Rollins can never challenge for the title again for as long as Priest is champion. But if Rollins wins, Priest must leave the Judgment Day. I wouldn't be so surprised to see Rollins win this one, if only it gets the Judgment Damian Priest out of the Judgment Day. But I also want to see if Damian Priest wins, and let's just say, for example, Drew McIntyre wins Money in the Bank. I mean, depending on how things play out, I mean, we could effectively see Drew McIntyre cash in on this match, conceivably speaking, and it wouldn't exactly be something I'd expect myself. But I'm gonna go, if Drew McIntyre cashes in, he'll win in order to kind of give a little bit of credence to the fact that Seth didn't win, but Damian Priest didn't lose either. So it could kind of create a lot of uncertainty when it comes to what's going on in the Judgment Day, and it would also mean something else too, that it might give Damian Priest the just the justification not only to request a rematch, but to make sure that they people know that he's part of the Judgment Day. So there's a lot of ways this can go. I'm gonna go with Damian Priest winning, only because of the fact that Damian Priest is. I feel like Damian Priest is gonna win. Drew McIntyre is gonna try and cash in, and CM Punk's gonna screw him over, and Damian Priest is gonna win the championship. If I had to choose, Damian Priest would be the guy, because I feel like that's a match we should see. And it gets to a singles match with the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn, the hometown hero, defending against Braun Breaker. This one's going to be interesting, because are they really going to have Sami Zayn lose a championship in his home country of Canada? That's certainly within the possibility. I think it's going to happen, but I don't. I, I wouldn't mind seeing Braun Breaker win, but I feel like he's going to win for via count out or via disqualification to kind of further this along. So Sami Zayn will retain the championship. And then we have the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tamatonga, Tonga Loa, or Jacob Fatu against the WWE Champion Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. And by the way, just so just so I'm letting you guys know right now, I hope that Kevin Owens' mom fights like hell, like he said in the promo. It's kind of the reason why I like to watch SmackDown before giving these reviews, so I give you a clear understanding of what I know about the thing. I feel like Cody Rhodes is gonna lose, and it's gonna be Solo Sikoa that gets the pinfall over Cody Rhodes to kind of strengthen what he feels is his right to a championship match against Cody Rhodes. So that could be the SummerSlam match going into this. Now we're gonna get into NXT HeatWave, and boy, oh boy, talk about HeatWave. Has it been hot? And has it been hot recently? Definitely has in the Northeast. So we're gonna go with the tag team match on the pre-show: Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace versus JC Jane and Jasmine Nix. I feel like JC Jane and Jasmine are the established team, and I feel like Carmen and Petrovic and Grace are the ones that need the win more than anything. So I'm gonna go with Petro- Petrovic and Grace to win this one. And then we have a tag team match for the NXT tag team titles. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defending against Chase University. I feel like Chase University needs this one. I feel like they need something. And I feel like this could be the one to get them a championship under Chase University's belt. So that's my feeling on it. And then we have for the NXT Women's North American Championship, Kelani Jordan defending against Sol Ruka. I feel like Sol Ruka is going to win, but it's going to be by disqualification to kind of drag this out a little bit. But I would not be surprised if Soruka won this one. And then we have another last chance match for the North American Championship. Obafemi defending against Wes Lee. If Femi wins, Lee can never challenge for the titles for as long as Femi's champion. Again, I feel like Wesley's gonna lose if only they get called up to the main roster. I feel like it's his time. And then we have a singles match for the NXT Women's Championship. Lola Vice defending against Roxanne Perez. I feel like Lola Vice is going to win this one. If not by disqualification, then I feel like it's going to go on. I feel like Lola Vice is going to win this championship. I just don't see it happening tonight because I feel like this is going to be something that needs to be expanded a little bit. And then we have a fatal four-way match for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams, whoop that Trick, defending against Javon Evans, Ethan Page, and Sean Spears. This one intrigues me, I think, mostly because of the fact that we're seeing like NXT TNA, at WWE TNA kind of situation, something you would never hear like 20 years ago. And I feel like it's intriguing. And I feel the same thing for Forbidden Door with the AEW in New Japan. I feel like Trick Williams is going to win this one. If for no other reason, it gives him something to do for SummerSlam. I feel like that's the way. I feel like that's the way they're going to play this. I feel like Trick Williams is so hot right now. He needs to have a long championship, only to lose it at SummerSlam. I think that's the plan that's going to happen. So, those are my predictions for the doubleheader. I hope that everything goes well. And I want to just ask you all to please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And if you like these videos, please check me out here on the Autistic Super channel on YouTube. You can check me out on Facebook, X, Instagram, all that stuff. And you can check me out. And you can check out all my videos, dear readers and viewers, on the AutisticSuperBlog.wordpress.com. Stay safe, stay strong, and as always, shine on.